I've made a mess again. Uh, well, I say that. Finally got carpet down. Yeah, I didn't do a very good job of putting it down, I've got to be honest. It's lumpy. It was a pig because, well, it had to come in through the window. And then it was just because it was bigger than the room, so it was a faff. And then with the cupboard being in the way as well, having to cut around that. Bit of a fiddle. But, shelves. I have shelves. I have a lot of shelves. I'm a bit miffed because the one set of shelves didn't have the linking brackets, so I haven't been able to use that one. But that one would have gone there anyway, and there's not really a lot of room. And, well, I've bought the stuff in, the stacks that were in there. They're in here now. And it's taken up a lot of room. I'm a bit frustrated about it because I wanted to bring everything in from in the lounge, and well, it's going to be a struggle to get it all in. Yeah, they'll eventually be stacked here, I've got to be honest. But most of these tubs, they're not organised, they're not full. There are some that are literally like borderline empty. So I've still got a lot of organisation to do and sort out everything. There's still a lot of junk to get rid of because all I was doing when I was clearing this room out a little bit was just putting stuff into tubs and then stacking them out the way. So there's still a lot of junk like that one. That box is just full of crap that needs sorting it through and getting rid of. But yeah, no. So the shelves, obviously, they turned up on 2 different days for some reason. Ordered them, and they were sent through at like 12 kilos a pop. This one didn't have the linking brackets, and then they're not quite big enough because of the lip on the corners to take 3 of the small tubs. There's not enough room to take 3 of the small tubs. So I thought maybe I'll get one of the bigger ones. No, can't do that either. So it can't take as much as I'd have liked, because if I could do 3 of these to one shelf, and then I'd have a lot more room. But unfortunately, it hasn't worked out. But stuff is in here. That wall looks pretty good. I got to be honest. That's the wall that I repaired. That looks pretty good. But when you get over here, it's just like, well, this is all in the way again. But at least it's out of my bedroom. That was the main thing. The bits of leftover ply went behind the door. I've still got to find somewhere to put those. But then the bits of leftover insulation went in a gap there, and then the big sheet runs along the back of that wall. So it's out of the way. Still got it, like I say, look at the lumps. I did a really bad job putting this down. But anyway, so floor vents, I open those up. When I put the carpet down, I cut the hole out, and I've put a little vent cover over them. I've allowed a little bit of air gap under here, and then if you go to the back, I can get all my fingers down the back. So, there's enough of an air gap that I won't have the issue that I had in this corner where the damp was trapped. And even if it does, I'll just pull a box out and I can have a look and check. And of course, I'll get at my hatch if I need to turn the water off. The one thing I didn't show you was the window frame. I finally framed around that. It's not great. I did it the first time and somehow I measured everything 20 mil short. But that went up. And then, with the extra insulation plus the repair of the wall, this room, before I did all this, it was a degree warmer than the rest of the house. You can stand in the hallway here, one arm in there, and this is definitely warmer. I'm umming whether I want to put a curtain pole up. I do have a curtain pole, and I could put one up, but it's kind of meh. It's one of those. It's not like I need to close curtains in this room, is it? It's a double glazed window. I'll think about it. But yeah, just a little bit of organisation, sorting out, filling boxes properly. I kind of want everything together, so it's like I've got Nerf guns there and up there and over there and in there. So I kind of want like the shelf, just one lot of shelves just for Nerf blasters, and then just one lot of shelves. It's just a lot of organisation and sorting and fiddling around and saying, oh, that belongs in that box, so on and so forth. And then eventually I will be able to get a lot of the plastic tubs that are in there just down here, to be honest. One thing I will say is I do have too many Nerf guns. I did a rough count, and I've got about 200 or more. That's too many for one human being who doesn't really do Nerf stuff anymore, so I'm going to start whittling those down a bit. But I keep saying I've got some fun stuff, and then, yeah, it works as well. That's the thing. I mean, I dread to think how old it is, and then there's that one of those as well. Plus all the stuff that's in there, But yeah, it's been a bit of a week because with the festive holidays and whatever, everything's been closed, nothing's been delivered. So I've felt absolutely rotten for the last week, and then this turned up today, and now I'm feeling a lot better. It's amazing how being able to do something, because I've been sat on my hands going, I can't do it because I'm waiting on the carpet. The one thing I kind of regret doing is actually ordering carpet, because I've got a lot of the laminate flooring. And I was going to put that down originally, but I've already got it in 2 rooms in this house. I didn't really fancy it in a third, so I went with carpet instead. But it's one of those. It's not really helped my mood. But, luckily I've got a telephone assessment in about a week, so for mental health help, because I'm not right. I'm struggling with grief at the moment, understandably. But, yeah, this just takes my mind off it, being able to do things like this. So anyway, I finally hit 150 subscribers. I was at 151 and then immediately lost one. So as a result of that, I did promise to do another Nerf gun mod, which means we have to walk over here and go to the top shelf, because this thing, if you remember this thing, there we go. That is my most popular video ever. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I took a very, very cheap Nerf blaster and made it do 130 FPS. But, yeah, I'm going to be doing another Alpha Strike mod, another how-to. I had that many questions regarding this videos. How do you take this off? How do you do that? That I ended up doing... this one, basically the same gun. I did this one on my other channel, and then nobody's really watched that. It's only got about 5,000 views, but it answers all the questions that one had. So hopefully, I'm having learned from doing those 2. When it comes to the next one, the new one, I'll already have an idea of what people want to see and want to hear. I did a quick chrono when it arrived, and it's about 70-ish, 65, standard Nerf FPS fare. And I'm hopeful I'll hit over 100 with it, but I'm kind of limited in the design of the blaster. Not going to show you it yet. You'll have to wait for the video. But that will come, I think, the second week of the new year, maybe. Again, I've got a busy week and a half or so at the moment. So then it's a case of finding the time to do that and get it videoed and get it uploaded. So call it the second week of January. You'll be able to see that one. And then, as I say, a lot of organising, a lot of sorting out, a lot of boxing stuff where it needs to be, putting stuff where it needs to be. But as I say, I've got my bedroom back. That makes all the difference, having all of that space back rather than just being boxed in. I'm a bit annoyed that I haven't been able to get any of that in there yet, but that'll come. But then I've also got the conservatory to sort out, and I'm going to do a tip run. So yeah, it's one of those. It's still a lot of sorting to do. As I say, I'm a bit miffed that these weren't quite as wide as I hoped. They're deep enough. They're deep enough for the boxes, but they're just not wide enough. If these had taken 3, most of that wouldn't be there. But they didn't. So it is what it is. I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably dropping this shelf down so I can get another layer in. Because, you can, it is, like I say, you can just knock it out, drop it down, or raise it or whatever. And if I drop that down one, maybe the bottom one down one, I'll be able to get another set of shelves in. That's another 2 boxes out of the way. But yeah, I just got to do a bit more organising, a bit more sorting out. That carpet there, sometimes, it catches on there. some good stuff in there. I mean, look at that. And all my books and all my... Oh, I've got some CDs there that I might want to listen to. Most of this has been inaccessible for about 5 years. So, yeah, it's just had that much stuff stacked up in front of it. I ain't been able to get in there. But yeah, this room is now as done as it's going to be. Decoration-wise, I'm not going to worry about the floor. I said to somebody recently, you know, I mean, by the time I die, this house is going to be that far gone. The only option I'll have is to pull it down. So I'm going to probably be the last person to live in this building. But I just need to do a bit more organising and then obviously try and get some of the stuff out of the front room. The only thing left in this house is that carpet. The only thing in the house that needs to be sorted is the carpet in there. I've got to reseal the shower, but I've got to do the flooring in there. There's one tile in the conservatory that's damaged, but I can replace that. But then the conservatory just needs blitzing, clearing out and cleaning. But other than that, every room now is pretty much done and decorated. Like I say, I just need to get a lot of that out of there so that I can then recarpet it and probably, hopefully, do a slightly better job than I did in here. It's terrible. I mean, it's cheap carpet, but that's down to me. That is all on me. That is. Yeah. Again, when you start working on one side and you're pulling it, and it's not. Yeah, it's a thing. But it's as done as it's going to be. Keep your eye out on the channel for Nerf Mod, and I hope you all have a very happy new year. Speak soon. Ta-da.